you got with your guys' appearance on Shark Tank, you guys have the costumes, and again, I heard you say before that you guys are actually on the floor for 30 minutes or so, but that kind of gets narrowed to this 10-minute episode. So can you kind of walk through that experience of actually being in a tank and kind of going through that experience, and maybe what are some things that they didn't show on TV that maybe were interesting about the experience?
Well, I mean, it was intense. They did show what it's really like on the tank. If you would have watched that live episode last year, if you watched the first episode last year, that's live. That's what it's really like to be in the tank without the studio audience.
Okay.
Because the sharks are fighting. They're, you see some of that, back and forth, and most of it's playful. Of course, they're not really arguing, but it's they go after each other on there, and then you have like all of them are asking questions at the same time, and you got to figure out which question they answer. So it's just intense like that, and then I mean, I messed up my lines, and then they had to stop Brian because he was sweating profusely, and I'll let him tell that story. But
they didn't air that part. That's one thing that was cut.
It was crazy.
So they actually stopped the recording because you were sweating. I guess.
Well, no, they keep recording. They just edited it out. But at one point, we're in the middle talking, answering questions. Barbara looks over to whoever and says, "Hey guys, can we take a second here? Can somebody wipe him down? He's sweating profusely." That's me because I'm in that chicken suit.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm roasting like a chicken up here. And they laughed. But, then they just, patted me down, got us back, and then just start right back up, and they edit that out. But there's no resetting on your, if you go in and totally mess up your opening pitch,
you're done.
You're going back and doing it again. You can't start over.
And this is interesting because when I watched the episode, right, I thought you had some of the best comeback lines. I mean, whether it was good or bad that they were saying, you had something like a comeback line that was, kind of based on a product, and at least based on what they showed online or showed on the episode. The Sharks seemed to like chuckle and laugh, and they seem to kind of be into it as opposed to kind of have this still face based on the kind of the comeback lines that you had, which I thought were interesting. I guess
being in costume certainly helped to bring some comedy to it. But yeah, there was a couple one. I think I told Robert, he bowed out, and I told him, "Don't chicken out, not yet."
Yeah.
Right. No, that was one of the ones that I was. But everybody seemed to, at least what they showed on TV, seemed to laugh, and they thought that was pretty interesting and funny. Did you guys, because I was telling you guys, beforehand that I interviewed Dan Klissner, who created Bop It.